So the other day, I'm sitting there driving around, I'm going to work. I'm sitting there, I'm listening to, a few songs before, as we all do. We go for, if we listen to podcasts or music before we go to work. I'm sitting here listening to Sum 41, one of my favorite bands, right, growing up. And confusion and frustration pops up in modern times. I totally forgot about the song. I'm sitting there listening to it. I'm like, holy shit, this really does relate to everything that's going on today, right? Um, in bits and pieces, but I'm just going to break it down for my own way. And I thought about this as like the title of this video. I'm like, you know what? Let's talk about it, because I think this is like what I've been kind of getting into this channel mostly. It's just like a lot of social issues and things going on in the world. Um, but the main thing that's been bothering me is like the confusion and frustration. We've all seen it everywhere we go. Everyone's confused, frustrated, pissed off about something. No one's happy about anything anymore. Everyone's on their phone so much, and it's starting to get really out of hand. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Like, I'm even scared to even say it, right? I mean, at this point, everyone's so divided. The craziest thing is, right, the internet was made to connect people, but it's not. It's just, honestly, it's isolating. It's crazy. We're at a time that we're so connected, yet so isolated. I don't understand how this even happened over time. I mean, a lot of people could argue the first iPhone came out. Maybe if you want to argue when Snapchat, Instagram, and all those kept updating to keep up with other like social programs or platforms, just like TikTok, which is probably the worst one, I would argue. I mean, just because of the doom scrolling. That's all people do all day. I don't know how you can do it. For me, it gets so boring. I see people doing it in their cars now, which is crazy. I've seen some, I'm not even joking. He could have killed someone. He's in an F-150, right? And he's sitting there just doom scrolling while driving. I look over, slammed on the brakes. It was like right there as I'm at the light, like a few stops before work. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, this guy could have just killed someone. I'm like, people are just so stuck on their damn phones. It's getting insane. I mean, just driving, man. This is how they're going to push that in eventually, where they're going to be like, oh, we have self-driving cars. They're going to drive you to and from work. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the next thing. I see it happening in the next 10 years probably. Be like, it's going to be safer. You can still doom scroll while we drive you to work. That's something that really scares me, because I love driving so much. And that's why I want an older car so bad. But I really just want to get into like the relationships part. We've seen it, right? We all have seen it, and we've all felt it. I mean, I've noticed a lot over the last few years alone that everyone has like some type of issue. Like, and to be honest though, it's not the men. Like, what I'm saying, it's not me. It's not my group. I kind of really have noticed it is more so women than anything. If you talk to any of them, a lot of them are like just lights are on, nobody's home, and it kind of gets old. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how a lot of dudes have had so many girlfriends by now. I've had one. I'm so annoyed with everything. I'm just like, I don't even feel like dating right now. I'm like, honestly, I'm not just hating on women or anything. It's just like, it's annoying. It's just like they don't understand anything you try to tell them. They think you're controlling, insecure, toxic. It's like right away, it's all you hear. God forbid you tell them to put on some pants and not something like a whore. Like, did you ever? I'm not even joking. I'm gonna bring this up really quick. Like, I'm at the gym last week, right? I literally go 4 to 5 times a week, and I'm not even joking. I'm sitting here, I'm lifting something, and pretty much this guy and girl come in. You could tell this guy's not happy with his girlfriend. She comes in, I'm not even joking, last week. It was freezing out too. It was like at least maybe, I want to say early 30s, or I would say around 32 degrees or so. She comes in with a bra on and just like the shortest shorts you've ever seen in your life. I'm like, and they're constantly saying stuff to each other as they're walking in. I'm like, holy fuck. And he asked her 3 times. He's like, you want my hoodie? You want my hoodie? You want my hoodie? I'm like, dude, you guys ain't gonna last. I'm like, she is literally looking for attention from other guys. I'm like, that's retarded. If I would have never even went into the gym with her. I've been like, we're done. I'm like, there's no way you're going into the gym like that. Dude, she had like on the tightest bra too. It wasn't even like a sports bra. It was like a normal straight up bra. It was just black. I'm like, dude, how? This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand this attention thing. Like, they can't stay with one guy anymore. They get so many DMs from anybody. The craziest thing is, right, I thought about this last night. I'm sitting here watching some videos, of course, and we go back 20 years. Let's say before the internet got popular, right? 2005, we'll say. Everybody that, got married or had kids, right, they all met each other in that town. There was, like, a mall, the local church. You had some kind of event going on. And that's the problem that I've noticed now. There's nothing like that anymore. You meet people on the internet. I mean, some dude from Saudi Arabia could send you like 50 or 500 grand or 50 grand, be like, come over here, I'll fuck you or something like that. It's that simple now. That's how it works now. Because women are just retarded, I'll be honest. It's just like they're like little kids. It's like, okay, I gotta stop there for a second. But some of them are. It's like the modern women. I'm not saying the older women. I've noticed that. I would say anything like Gen Z wise, they're a headache to deal with. My God, they can't commit to nobody. They're like, I'm scared, this, that, and the other thing. I don't want kids. I believe in abortion. It's like all this stupid, retarded shit that nobody has time for. And it's just, God forbid you talk to anybody. It's like, they get so butthurt if you ask them certain questions. I think I talked about this in one of my videos. I was talking to this one girl for like 10 minutes. I was about to ask for her number, but she got like so liberal with me. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm like, I can't. That's like my biggest pet peeve. I know most of them are like liberal women, let's be honest. I'm not considering myself like a crazy conservative, but I kind of am. I'm kind of like realistic, I would say. But I mean, I understand the loneliness epidemic. I have seen it with a lot of people that can't. Now, here's the thing, right? I kind of prefer it. I like being alone. I'm like a lone wolf. I like driving late at night, you know, stuff like that. It's just how I am. I've always been like a loner. I've always like said that. I was like, I have like Negan's personality, like from The Walking Dead, but I was like, I'm like Daryl Dixon with the, what'd you say, the loner stuff. Like, I'm very quiet when I'm by myself. But like, if I'm at like, you know, work or something like that, I would say I would have like a big personality. Someone called me a politician, which I thought was kind of crazy. I'm like, dude, I don't think I talk like that. But she's like, no, you definitely do. I'm like, dude, I don't. But I think that is kind of funny. But no, the loneliness epidemic is starting to really creep up on people. I've noticed it a lot. A lot of people are just getting really depressed, man. The main thing is you got to stay off the cell phone. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I get so bored with the cell phone. I can't do it more than like 5-10 minutes on Instagram. I'm like, dude, it's so boring. You just go, I can't do it. I just get so bored. I can't. Like, I gotta do something. Like, honest to God, I'll really just start lifting up my dumbbell and shit. Like, it gets crazy. Like, I can't do it. I'm like putting on shows in here. I'm putting on The Walking Dead or something. Like, it just, you know, or some TV show I'm into at the moment. Which is just, I don't know. I don't care about being alone, but a lot of people, I understand can't handle it. I'm 25, but we're all still young here. I just think that everything feels meaningless. That's the other problem too, as we all have known. It doesn't matter what job you go into. Like, I was reading this, I think it was, no, not reading, I'm sorry. I was watching a video on this guy. He was a welder. He's only like 23. He's 2 years younger than me. He's getting laid off 3 times. And he's just like, I don't know what to do. He's like, I keep getting laid off. I can't stand this. He's like, I'm a welder. He's like, I'm 23 years old. I got right into it after high school. He's like, it just seems useless to me. I'm like, that is insane. I couldn't imagine wasting all my, I shouldn't say waste, but putting all your time into something and then just not even be able to keep a standard job. It seems impossible nowadays. Like, I work at a job, right? And it's like a lot of people are constantly bitching, dude. It's like, I can't take it no more hearing people shit. I just try to ignore it now because it gets so old. I mean, there's people telling you how lonely they are and stuff like that. But then if you ask them to hang out and shit, they're like, no. It's like, there's literally one person that said that to me. I'm like, dude, you bitch about being lonely all the time. Let's hang out. Nah, man. I'm like, then shut the fuck up if you're not going to want to hang out. Like, I'm not saying I'm the greatest person to hang out with, but it's like, I don't mind. I don't know. I just think that's ridiculous. But I do understand the loneliness epidemic. I feel that way sometimes. I'll be honest. But it's really hitting women more, I think, than men now. I think finally, and this is actually kind of a good thing because their standards are so high. It's ridiculous. It has to be 6'5". I mean, don't get me wrong. My one friend was saying this to me the other day. He's like, dude, you're 6'3". You can pull anybody you want. He's like, you're decent looking at all this other stuff. And he's like, you have a car that runs. I'm like, yeah. So what? He's like, all these girls are trying to, give you attention. You don't care. I'm like, I don't care. I just don't. I think sometimes it's like a waste of me. I need somebody, honest to God, who's like, who wants at least 3 to 5 kids, a Catholic and stuff like that. Just as we get into that a little bit. But I think hookup culture is another reason too, because that came out in 2014, I would say, with the dating apps like Bumble, Tinder, was it Hinge now? I don't know all the apps. I really don't know all of them, but that is a problem as well, I've noticed. And it's like, what can you do, honestly, at this point? A lot of people are just so addicted. What's the next big fix? And that's another thing with women, though. That's like, if you really do ask them, because we're on so many like different prescriptions, like any SSRI. I've seen this. I know somebody who's actually on, like, it was one of my ex's friends, believe it or not. She's on 7 medications for like just anxiety and depression. I'm like, dude, if one's not gonna help, 7's definitely not helping. I mean, honest to God. And when people are so entrapped and believe that, I would say any prescription medication is going to make you better. It's not, I'll be honest there. I mean, I've met a lot of people on SSRIs, they're worse. And here's the thing too, and I said this before, I think in one of the other videos. If you're going through something like that, depression, stuff like that, it happens to a lot of people, right? It's going to. You're not supposed to be happy 24/7. Can you imagine being happy 24/7? You look like a mad, like, you look crazy. I mean, this is just how the world works. We have these moods and stuff like that. It's just, you can't be happy 24/7, and SSRI is going to help you. And here's the thing, women don't realize, right? I've read studies going back from like probably Sigmund Freud's era, I guess, really. I mean, most women, by the time they hit ages roughly 13 to 17, their anxiety creeps up until like 25, right? Well, obviously, why wouldn't they be? They're going to get defensive about their body and stuff like that because, anything can happen. It's just biology. Like, they're thinking about who's going to be their husband, who's going to defend them. This is how we were made, right? Back, like let's say we're in, the year 1200 or something in England. like, or Ireland or something like that. You get to defend your homeland. Of course, it's how they're going to feel. Their husband's going out to war and stuff like that. They're worried about their kids. Who's going to take care of them? They're taking care of them, right? Their husband's going out to war to defend them or take land, take resources. It's just how we're made. It's just how we're supposed to be. And a lot of people don't see that. They're like, oh my God, I need like something. And you know what I'm saying? Like, because now you have these career women who are on all these types of drugs, think they're better than men, which is a problem. It's just, nobody wants this competition. They need a guy who needs it for $100,000 a year, which is not even realistic, let's be honest. I think that's like, what, 15% of men that make $100,000 a year, I'm pretty sure. If I remember that statistic correctly, I might be wrong there, but it's like, what else do you do at this point, you know? It's just, it's hard to maintain with a relationship, right? I would say. I don't think it's too hard for me. I can keep any relationship. It's just that the problem is women, their friends, and then their family get involved, and it's like, it's so hard to keep them on track, especially if they don't listen to you. It's like, for some reason, women today just don't want to listen to you. They want to be rebellious. They want to get all these tattoos and piercings. It's just disgusting to look at, I'll be honest. I mean, I could probably let maybe 1 or 2 tattoos go, but it's like, even then, it's like, dude, what are you doing to yourself? Do you want attention? Is that what that is? Because a lot of these tattoos are just disgusting. And this is the thing, too, I noticed. A lot of people, all right, I got to be honest here. There's somebody I know. This is a guy, right? And he has tattoos all over. I'm like, dude, you just look gross. I'm like, I gotta be honest. I'm like, does anybody even ask you out or anything like that? I was like, when you show them off, he's like, not really. I'm like, well, I just don't think it's appealing to a lot of women with tattoos tatted up everywhere. I mean, some of them are crazy, so they probably would like that. But I don't know. That's the biggest problem is like the relationship market right now in like 2026. It's hard to maintain with these people, or a lot of these women really. I mean, I don't know. I can't stand some of them. I'm not even like sexist or anything like that. I'm just not. It's just the relationship market just sucks right now. And it's just, you gotta listen to so many people like just be annoying. But the other thing I want to get into is like the economy. Of course, like we've seen that. I mean, full-time job's not enough. I've done it. I still work full-time, right? I was working 60 to 80 hours for 2 years. I was like, I can't do this no more. Like, I kept getting hurt. So last year I was working at Amazon, and then my job I'm still at now. And I got hurt 6 times in a matter of 3 months. I hurt my arm like 3 times. Like, it was just my knee for a while. I had my neck muscles shut down. I looked retarded, being honest. It was crazy. So I kept working through. This is how stupid I am. I pulled a muscle. I didn't even really know. I thought it was going to heal on its own. So I just, was lifting barely, not a lot. So I was still hitting the gym like a fucking idiot, working at Amazon, overlifting. Not even joking. It's a Saturday night. I'm like, damn, something's wrong. I'm like laying in bed. I couldn't move. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm not even kidding. I had to go get my cousin, right? And take me to the hospital. I had to drive like this. I was like retarded like this driving. I couldn't even see straight. Like the whole left side of my body shut down. It was crazy. She was even saying at the nurse, she's like, oh my God. She's like, that happened to me before. She's like, I overworked. Like she was telling me she worked 80 hours one time and she pulled like a muscle in her arm and then her neck or something. So supposedly something in my neck just shut down, like something that linked to my arm because my arm was like filled with fluid or something they were saying. And then, no joke, I'm not even kidding, like a month later, hurt my arm again, knee. I just was a mess. And I'm like, dude, I gotta quit. I can't like work this way. I was like, my back was killing me and I'm still in the gym. So I didn't even really look like I was fit at all because I was just always overworking my body and it was just hurting. So I never had time to grow the muscles, which is kind of annoying, but something I did last year. I'll never do it again. I can't work 60 to 80 hours. And I understand a lot of people out there are doing it. They're doing Uber, DoorDash, Amazon Flex or something. I mean, I was working for Amazon. I'm getting 200 stops a day. I remember one time I was going through my breakup rate and I was so pissed. I was just like running around going crazy. I had 217 stops. I was going to lose my mind. And I got it done early. I was so fucking mad at the time and I felt so motivated. I'm sitting there running up and down these steps and driveways, throwing packages, taking photos quickly. It's hell. And I understand people going out there. It's just, we should be able to have one full-time job, like work 35 to 45 hours a week, pay the bills, have a decent car, and have a family. But it seems impossible now, and they're doing this on purpose. Like the problem is the system's broken. And eventually, I think the Great Reset, I think a lot of people have forgotten about this. I'm going to make a video on this a little bit later, but the Great Reset people have forgotten about since 2020 with Klaus Schwab, the World Economic Forum. And he talked to a lot of people. They don't even know what this is. It was the Great Reset, is the biggest money wealth transfer in history. And think about it. Your local mom and pop shop couldn't stay open, but Amazon and Walmart and Target could stay open. I don't know how people forgot about that so quickly. I didn't. I'm going to talk about a whole different thing. We're going to go over the COVID crisis, I'll call it, or something. But that's something that really pisses me off today, honest to God. Like even buying a home, like for a lot of people in my generation, right? It seems impossible to even get at this point. And it seems crazy to me if you think about it, right? Most of these homes are going for like, in my area alone, they're going for like 350 plus. I know someone, I don't know, did I say this in the video now? Okay, we're just going to get into it. They were selling a home for $495,000. They sold it for $595,000. It was, I don't know how the fuck they did that. They just ruined the housing market in this area. Like, no joke. Now they have to expect $600,000 from every house. And these houses are fucking small. They're not even that big. I'm like, their parents just sold that house for like $600,000. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. And somebody bought it. Can you imagine the mortgage payments on that? I couldn't imagine that. I really couldn't imagine that. 600,000. It's not even a big house. It's not even in a good area. The high school's maybe what, a 6 out of 10 or something on the rating, I think, in the area. Like, it's not even that good. Hey, but I mean, this is what happens when you live in a liberal area too. But it's like, Jesus Christ, I couldn't imagine the payments. I truly couldn't. I don't know if we're ever going to be, I don't know. I want to buy a house, it seems so hard now. People are moving to all these like southern states and Florida. They're ruining Texas now. Texas is going to be a shitty state in the next 10 years, I guarantee it. California's been ruined. You have all these people with the left mind, as it said, and just think that, oh, voting blue, vote blue no matter who. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand it no more. I really don't. That's why I'm trying to go like to a red area so there's like less taxes and shit, quiet people. Like, honestly, that's the only life I need is a peaceful life. That's all I've been asking for since I was like a teenager. I'm just like, dude, I need something peaceful, relaxing, no stress. Maybe a farm will do, honestly. But another thing I was thinking about too with this economy stuff is like college doesn't, guarantee success anymore. It doesn't matter what you go for. I mean, sure, I think being a doctor is probably the only good thing for college now. Like, I'm a big history guy. I like to be a history teacher, but it's like, these kids are animals too. I can't work in a public school. I was like, I refuse to when I get this history degree, if I actually do use it. Because I just got my degree a little bit ago, my associates, but it's like, I don't know. I couldn't imagine myself in the public school system. I'll take a pay cut and just work at a Catholic school. Hopefully that works well. I mean, I don't know. It's just, there's so many things going on now. I just can't stand it as much anymore. Like, everything just feels retarded and blah. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I turned in my 20s, I've just been like, everything feels meh ever since COVID. Like, no matter what you do, what job you have, it just doesn't, I don't know. For me, it's fulfilling. I like being around people. I like talking to a lot of people. And I find it fun and, exuberating. A lot of people don't. Maybe because a lot of people call me asshole and shit for some of the stuff I say. But I don't even think I am. But yeah, college doesn't guarantee success anymore. It doesn't really matter what field you go into. Maybe just being a doctor is probably the only way out. Lawyer too. Because I'm really thinking about it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it right now. Because there's like somebody I know, right? And I'm gonna throw this story in. I want to wrap this back to relationships really quickly. A lot of people do come back into your life. It's weird. I had this friend from grade school, 2nd grade. I was friends with this guy. Comes back to me literally August of last year. This is how it happened. On Instagram, reached out to me. He's like, yo, he's like, all this other stuff I haven't seen him in a while. Haven't really said anything back to him, but it was mutual. I say one thing on Instagram about like Charlie Kirk. I was like, I hope, I pray for the Kirks. And I was like, hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully he's alive. Because that's what I wanted for Charlie Kirk, right? I didn't want him to die. Nobody did. And I was a big fan of him. I watched him for about 5-6 years. And since I was in high school, which sounds crazy actually. Now thinking about high school, I was watching Charlie Kirk, which sounds really crazy to say. And I was just hoping he's going to pull through. I'm like, okay, maybe he can still make it. I was like, I didn't see the video yet. I'm like, I think he's going to be okay. Have a friend, and he literally blocked me because of it. I'm like, this fucking like douchebag. I'm like, really? You got butthurt because I said pray for the Kirks? Like, who are you? Like, what kind of person are you? This is crazy. This guy was kind of like, I would say he was a center-right guy in high school. I knew him. We had the same history class and stuff like that. And it just seemed weird how hard he changed, like, just going to college. This is what I'm saying. These places are indoctrination camps. And you waste all this money, which is how I tie into the economy here. And it says, like, you waste all this money to become, what, a retard? A guy who can't think for himself? Saw his Instagram page before he blocked me, right? And literally has a girlfriend, nose ring, and a piercing. I'm like, dude, this makes total sense. So you're cocked. You're getting bitched at by your girl. Be like, oh, you can't have that type of thought. You can't have somebody with different, beliefs or feelings on something, which I thought was crazy. He blocked me over that. I'm like, who blocks somebody over that? I'm like, seriously, I couldn't believe the guy even passed away anyway, Charlie Kirk, after that. But I don't know. I thought that was just crazy to me. I'm like, dude, you blocked me because of what I said? Like, you can't be a real decent human being? And it's like, good, you should stay on my life then. You came in, what, for 3 months? You followed me on Instagram or something like that? Or a month before? And now you're butthurt about what I said? Like, what, do you have no heart, no soul? I don't know. I'm telling you, as soon as like a lot of these guys get girlfriends, though, dude, they're so bitched and cocked. Like it's just they can't think for themselves. They let the woman run their life. They let them spend all their money. I mean, this guy was good too. Don't get me wrong. He was a good athlete too. I watched a lot of his clips while he was in college, and I saw a lot of his, some of the stuff. He was pretty solid, I would say. He didn't get drafted or anything, but he went into a useless degree. I'm like, what are you just? I was like, this guy's one of the smartest people I knew in high school. I'm not even joking, too. Or even grade school. I'll never forget this. We're in middle school one time. So I actually really like this guy. We're in 8th grade. Dude forgot to write the essay. I'm not even joking. And she's collecting it, like the teacher's collecting all the essays. I got mine done. And he's like, oh, shit, I totally forgot about it. No joke. As she's collecting it, I think we had not recess, I'm sorry. We had lunch coming up. So she's like, I'll just collect them at the thing. She's like, I'm not even going to have time. She's like, because it slipped her mind at first. She's like, everybody handed in. He didn't even hand his in yet. No joke. He's sitting there like this, just spamming away with the pen. And gets it done in 15 minutes. Gets the highest grade in the class. I'll never forget when he did that. I was like, holy shit. Like, I got like an 80 something. He got like a 98 or something. It's the highest like essay in the class. I'm like, you wrote that in like 15 minutes. He's like, I know. He's like, everything just was flowing through my brain. The smartest guy on the planet. Just no social cues whatsoever. Because I remember talking about some social stuff back in high school. He was really smart too in the social stuff. Don't get me wrong, he's a black guy, right? Super strong and buff and everything like that. He had some really good thoughts on like the BLM movement and stuff like that. He didn't really like that stuff. And it's like, now all of a sudden he's for that. He probably met some girl. I gotta stop for a second. I just talk so much. I'm not trying to talk shit, but I was just trying to bring that up really quickly. Which I want to tie into feeling left behind. I think a lot of people are feeling a lot left behind nowadays. I've seen it. I felt it. I mean, I understand it truthfully. I just, that's one of my biggest, I would say, my problem now at 25. I always feel left behind. I'm like, damn, I always feel, like I have so many plans I'm trying to do. I write them down. I think that's why, you probably see them right there. Like my sticky notes, right? Like I always have that thing. I'm like, I always feel left behind. And I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like I live with my brother still and stuff like that, our dad and stuff like that. So it's just like, I would love to have my own place and such. Like I have my own, I just, I don't spend too much on credit cards or anything like that. I had debt. I think I talked about in my few videos ago. I had like $18,000. I think it was 17.2 or something. I can't remember. It was almost $18,000, probably with over interest. Paid it all off in a year. It's like, that was hell. And I just kept working over 80 hours, stacked up a bunch of money. And I don't know, just feeling left behind sucks. It's like, you just feel like you're not doing enough. And it feels like you're not good enough at times. So you feel inadequate. Maybe that's why I hit the gym so hard now. Which a lot of us are struggling with. It's weird. It's like the weirdest part I've noticed in life. I mean, it doesn't matter how hard you work or whatever you do. It's like if you do work hard at a job, you get more work put on you. It seems really strange. Like I love my job, but they're cutting our hours now and shit, which is retarded. And it's over dumb reasons too. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I was talking to my manager about it. They're like, well, you got to get this, that, and the other thing done, and I can increase your hours back up. I'm like, dude, I shouldn't have to be battling for hours like that. I was like, I'm always here. I'm never late. I'm always early answering the calls. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you call me, I'm in. I'm like, it's that simple. I'm always here. And they're like, well, this is what, the higher-ups want, this, that, and the other thing. It's like, I'm always here. I'm like, what's the problem? And it's just, that's just how crazy it's getting. It's just, they're trying to cut hours. They're trying to get rid of more people. They're trying to bring in younger people, which makes zero sense. That know nothing about the job. Like, it's insane. But yeah, feeling left behind, don't beat yourself up too much. We're all feeling this way. It's probably like most of the... And the crazy thing is, too, if you're watching this video, 99% of people probably don't even have a plan. If you have a plan, you're part of that 1%. Keep it going. Keep trying to do the best you can. Don't let people bring you down. You got to get away from those toxic people. It's what I've learned. Because everyone is, like I was saying back in this video, confusion and frustration. We're all kind of confused and frustrated right now with this economy, what's going on with it. We have this war with Iran that nobody wants. I truly hate it with the passion. I'm not dying for Israel. There's no way. And it's just, if you've, honestly been paying attention for the last, 6-7 years, 6-7 years, it feels like there's so much pressure on us, to succeed, and it feels so hard to even get there. Because you see all these people online, for example, with BMWs, Cadillacs, and shit. It's like, how do you fucking afford that? You know what I'm saying? Something like that, I'm saying, for example. And I think that's another reason why people are struggling so much. They see so much on the internet, BMWs or whatever. They have all these people have the big mansion houses. And it's like, how do I get there? How do I become the next big thing? And to be honest, I understand that a lot. Think about it. You're 18, 19 years old. You're broke, and nobody wants to date you. It's like, is that your fault as a man? No, it's really not your fault. It's like the society has changed so much. Women are dating these older guys, and it's really kind of gross, too. I know somebody who it was like a 17-year relationship. It was actually kind of gross. 17 years? There's one of my ex's friends. She's what, a year younger than us? So she's probably 24 now. She was 23 dating like a 43-year-old or something. And I'm like, with a kid, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, he has money, he buys me things. He pays for my rent. I'm like, dude, if you're a guy paying for someone's rent like that, what are you, a fucking idiot? Like, that's the first thing I would think. But it's like, I was thinking about it, I'm like, how the fuck does she do this? Like, you're just, like, how does some women do that? They're okay with somebody paying their rent? Like, I could never do it, honestly. God, I could never do it. I don't know. It's so weird. This is why I like being a loner. I just can't stand it no more where we're at, but I don't know. Anyway, going on to the social media part, tie this in with lack of purpose. I think that, like, lately we've kind of seen it with, like, nobody can find meaning anymore. And I feel like a lot of people are trying to crave community, but they don't do this hard enough. Like, for example, I was struggling for a while over last year, getting over some things. And honestly, I had like a big goal list, right, for 2025 when I was going through it. Did everything on my list, which I was even shocked about. I was like, holy shit, I wrote something down at the beginning of January of 2025, got to December, got to everything except one thing, which, well, not one thing, it carried into 2026. That was my big goal. And I was like, this is what I want in 2026, right? Going through it, started it, been there for 3 months. Just going to church. That's the main thing I did. I incorporated that. I go there every Saturday or Sunday whenever I have off from work. And it's truly changed my life for the better, I would say. It's like one of my best feelings I ever had in this life, I would say. It's probably my favorite thing that's happened to me in the last, like, year and a half, which is crazy to even say. It's such a great feeling to be around people, just that community. There's something, like, in that air I can't describe. The feeling, it's crazy to feel that. It's just, there's a lot of hope and good feel. I don't know how to, like, really describe the vibe, but it's a good feeling, I'll say that. It's a spirituality, I'm very into that stuff, but it's like, just being around people that care, it's really cool. I would say that's, like, some people really do need that. A lot of women are against it for some odd reason. If any woman says that, like, fuck the Bible or anything like that, I've heard people say that online, like, a lot of women, stay away from them crazies, honestly. It's not worth it. You need to, like, honestly, what I've noticed is a lot of young men are turning to religion again. And a lot of women are just not. They're not for it. They think it's holding them down. I remember back in high school, we were talking about this, and a lot of women, I'll never forget this, it was crazy. They were like, oh yeah, they're like, the Bible, this, that, and the other thing, it holds women down, women are this and that and the other thing, we're being pressured, we're hated on, this, that, and the other thing. It's like, dude, that's not even the reason. It's not even that. And it's just like, they can't even follow simple directions, they go to college. Like, if I have a daughter, I don't even want her to go to college, honestly. I'm like, listen, you don't need that shit. They're gonna just incorporate you. They're indoctrinating you to believe that, you know, the time you come back, you're a lesbian with your hair shaved or a different color, tattoos up to the brim of your neck. It's just, it's disgusting. And it's like, I've been to this college. You know, there's one time, right, when I'm in college, walking to my class, this girl's arguing with one of her, like, guy friends about she can't date this dude because he's a virgin or something. And she's like, the dude's yelling at her. He's like, it's a social construct. It's not real. She's like, I need somebody with 10 plus bodies. It's like, that's really disgusting. I don't know. A lot of the women at the colleges are just disgusting people. I'm not trying to be rude. There are some cute women, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them are just disgusting. The way they dress, it's like Doc Martens everywhere. It's like, dude, it's not cool. There was a time where, like, that was kind of cool to me, and it's like, no, now it's just gross because they, like, believe in abortion and all this shit. It's really just, I don't know. You know, the craziest thing is, too, I gotta bring this up really quickly because this kind of pisses me off. I know I'm going all over the place in this video with confusion and frustration with stuff, but one thing that really pisses me off as I get back to purpose, I've talked, like, I don't know what it is with people nowadays. If you talk to them about animals, they're more protective of animals than fucking people, and it's actually, like, really disgusting and, like, degrading. Like, why is that a thing all of a sudden? Like, people would rather save a puppy over a pregnant, like, or, you know, a baby in the womb, and it's just disgusting to me. It's like, how the fuck did we go from there? Like, I know somebody, honest to God, who says, oh, yeah, I don't care if they kill, you know, they have abortions, but a dog's life, it's just, I don't like when dogs are hit or attacked. I couldn't stand that. And it's like, okay, I asked this guy the other day, how would you feel about, like, puppies being aborted in the womb? Oh, I wouldn't like that. That would break my heart. Okay, how about a baby? No, that's different. That's different. I'm like, well, what's different about it? It's the same thing. You're still killing something, right? These people just have lost their minds. I can't take that. I get so, like, passionate about that topic. It just pisses me off because our brain cells are going. It's like we lost all of it. I feel like I'm the voice of reason in this modern time, like, a little bit at times. This is why people like Nick Fuentes or Andrew Tate. You know, a lot of people say Andrew Tate lost his credibility over the last few years, but it's like, this is why people like them, because they don't sugarcoat it, they just get right into the bullshit. And that's what I've been doing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just, like, let it rip. I don't care anymore. I'll say whatever. It's just, but the lack of meaning is the thing I'm gonna get into. Like I keep bouncing all over the place. This is one of my big pet peeves. You think I'm joking? I had to write this shit down because if I don't do it, I screw up in the videos. I've noticed it before. But yeah, the meaning thing. I mean, I totally relate to it. I don't even like right now. Like don't get me wrong. I would love to be a high school history teacher, stuff like that. You know, teach history. You know, have some fun with it. But I don't know. Sometimes I think about like what if it's not enough money and stuff. Which I don't think you should worry about money a lot. I know that part. Just like just need enough money just to get a house, you know, keep a roof over your head, pay the bills, have kids and a family, which is the most important thing I think in life. Just, you know, have that base, you know, necessity. But I totally can see the loss of meaning. My one friend, he never knows what he wants to do, which I totally get. I understand. I'm not beating him up for that. It's hard to tell when you're 25 to 35. They say this is the biggest, like, 10 years of your life because there's so much pressure to succeed. I mean, to me, what I've noticed in a lot of people I've talked to, because I like talking to a lot of different people. I talk with people from Wall Street, which was really cool. I met people who were like real estate agents. That was really cool. That was one of my favorite like customers. I missed that guy before I had to transfer to Source. But he was really freaking cool. He told me a lot about certain things. I met a guy with the crypto thing. That was really cool. Made me a good amount of money. I'll be honest about that part. But it's like I met some people just talking to people. They like this, you know what I'm saying? Like the dude from Wall Street was like one of the coolest people I ever talked to ever. He's telling me about certain credit card things. He's like, it was really just cool. And the investments, he just lived his life. You know, he grew up poor. He was telling me, and he wanted to make money for his mom because she was a single mother. His dad left. He grew up in what part of New York? I think it was like the Bronx in New York or something like that back in the 80s. And he was just telling me about it. He's like, yeah, I wanted to make nothing for my mom. He's like, my dad left. He's like, my mom was struggling to feed me and my brother. He's like, so I had to keep working jobs. He's like, I got into investments. He's like, eventually I worked for Wall Street. It was one of the coolest stories I heard. I'm like, that's pretty like freaking cool. He's dressed to the nines, looked like a good dude, very calm, quiet, which, you know, I respect. I have a big energy, so I don't really, like sometimes I get bored of that because I was a calm, quiet dude. So I'm like, dude, like, tell me more. And it's like, you know, he's like kind of like not getting annoyed, but he's like, all right, I'll tell you this. It was pretty cool that there's a dude who was like a real estate agent back in the 70s. He got screwed by his wife. She divorced him. This is California, by the way. Crazy story. Divorced him and all this other shit. He moves back to my state, which is across the country. And it was crazy. So like he lived with his brother for a bit. He got back into real estate, started selling houses. Got a wife, hasn't, you know, had kids again. He just, you know, he hasn't seen his daughter since 1978, he told me, when she was 2 years old or something like that. It's crazy to me. I'm like, holy shit. He's like, that's all I ever wanted to do, but she won't custody because you know how California is. He's like, even during that time, he's like, they wouldn't even give me custody. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, it was even hard. She's like, she took the kid and moved somewhere. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I don't know. It just seems crazy how like somebody can do that to somebody else. I don't know how you can. And that's the thing. Women just ruin a lot of men's lives. It's just, I'm not trying to say all women are bad. I'm really not. I'm not like really hating on them. There's some of these, but there's a lot of good women out there. It's just hard to find right now because there's a lot of great dudes. All my friends are good guys. I just feel like some of them are simps at time, which I understand. We all can be, but I don't know. It's just, there's something wrong with the constant comparisons. We've seen that. It's just the finding meaning's hard, which, you know, there's people that lack to even do anything. They just come home, they sit all day, they don't do anything. They're tired, they're drained. I mean, and I understand that, but it's like, you gotta have to find that energy somewhere. You know, they're sitting at a desk all day, they're doing a job they don't want to do. And it's really strange how we're even at this part in our life. We can't even figure out like what we even want to do, right? And the last thing I wanted to talk about was chaos, right? There's endless chaos in the world. Everything's declining. I mean, it seems like we're having a powerless future. There's so much negativity. The news, you know what I'm saying? The news spreads hopelessness. And it's something that I'm in and out with it all the time. I'll pay attention to every like 2 to 3 days. I'll get, you know, check something to see if anything's worth checking. Then I dip out. I don't let that stuff clog my brain because there's no point of it. I just, because it gets all the same repetitive, like the stuff with the Iran war right now. Nobody wants it in the United States. We know where this is a war for Israel that we're fighting. And it's a bunch of horse shit. And this is what scares a lot of people because we don't want to lead into World War III. It's just, there's so many different things going on. It's like the same thing. Trump was a failed president, honestly. Like, he was really good during, I say the first term was okay. 2020 is a big mishap. It ruined the economy even more, but now it's like, this is like even more insane. Like, the gas prices in my state are at $3.70, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. I was like, just a month ago, we finally got it down to like under $3. I'm like, my state has been struggling for years, I feel like. I remember when I first got my car, like in 2022, I remember when gas prices were $5, and it was insane. I was like, $5? I'm like, the fuck is this shit? And it's just like, what are we supposed to do? Everyone just feels powerless. Everything feels like there's no point even trying at anything. And I understand. I met a lot of people who are just like, there's no point. There's no point. Everything's over. I'm like, dude, nah, you can't, like, you can't have that mindset. I understand that mindset. I've had that for a few years when I was younger. And, I finally got out of that mindset many years ago. Because, you gotta have to keep fighting for something. There's gotta be something out there worth for you to fight for, This is a future that we all share, but we gotta get somewhere better. And this is the thing I was talking about with a friend. He doesn't believe that. I mean, I understand this is just an opinion of mine. The only way I can really see like this country staying stable, this is gonna sound crazy. I don't believe in this. I don't want this to happen, but I think this is the only way to save this country, which is gonna sound crazy, and I don't support this because I do like the constitutional republic. But I think the only way, I'm not trying to say save this country. I'm just saying like what's going on in the world is, I think you're gonna need like some like dictator. I hate to even say it like that, but I feel like that's the only way left. I was talking to a friend, he's like, it's never gonna happen. He's like, that'd be the worst thing that ever happened. I was like, dude, thinking about this. I was like, we need somebody who's just gonna like cut the bullshit, because the government can't do anything, right? The ICE protests. Somebody needs to shut that down. Like, it's getting ridiculous, right? We have too many people in this country. There's over 40 million people alone. You can't grab that in all amnesty. You can't do that. It's 40 million undocumented. You can't do that. It's not realistic to do that to people. So what? Because we're starting to look like a third world as we have people praying in the streets and shit. It's like, no, this is a Christian nation. We got to get back to what we were. And it's just like, I don't understand this. And I think that's the only way to save this. I know I sound crazy, but I'm not saying throw in a Christian dictator or anything like that. But it just, I don't know. It seems strange. I'd like to have a conversation about that part. I know this is at the end of the video, but it seems really something I'm interested in. I don't know. I don't know if this is really going to happen. I'm not for it, but I feel like you just need somebody to get shit done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Trump back down in Minnesota. There's so many undocumented shit going on. Somalians steal money. We're working harder. Like, think about it. I just go to work. I do my shit. I go home. I hit the gym. I'm basic, right? And then you have stealing our, like, we work for free for the government 3 months out of the year. People always forget this too. They tax us 25% a year, right? We're working for free. They're giving money to like Somalians stealing our money. You have all these scammers in New York. You have all these immigrants coming in, taking up the houses. Section 8. I don't know if I mentioned this in one of my other videos. My old hometown is literally run by Section 8. No joke. During the Obama era, and this is going to sound crazy, but I'm being realistic here. All white town, no diversity in my old town, right? And I noticed this when I grew up. Clean, spotless, no joke. Obama's era, people moved out. Section 8 came roaring in. My neighbors across the street were all Section 8, and a bunch of like white trash people came in. You had some people from the hood moving as well. Eventually that came in. It's like, dude, it became my whole town. Is like my old hometown. It's just like unrecognizable what happened to it. Everything's dirty. It's filthy. There's no light. There's no color. It's just gas prices are insane over there. It's turned into like a little I shouldn't say that shit. I don't want to go in my area, but it's like it turned into like a little piece of shit, and it's sad to see. There's another town not too far from here. It's a very liberal area now, right? And they ruined this town. A lot of people they moved in. A lot of homeless people went in. They're just. I don't want to say who's there, but there's a big Republican guy from there. I think he's still kind of big. I'm not a big fan of the guy. But his hometown got ruined there too, in my state. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, he wasn't wrong, because I drove through there not too long ago, and I saw the mess. I'm like, whoa, he wasn't lying. Okay, there is something truth in, this part of this town. But I want to end with this, right? I've been sitting here, I've been watching a lot of The Walking Dead and everything like that. I just finished it the other day, season 11. And I love the last 3 seasons, truly. It's just one of my favorite shows I've ever watched of all time. Always will be my favorite show. I'm watching the spin-offs now. I'm watching Dead City. I'm on season 2. And the craziest, and then, I feel like anyway. I'm sitting here, one of my favorite quotes come up. I think Rick said this in the comic, but Ezekiel does it in the comic book, right? I love when, Negan's down, he feels just like how Glenn did, right? And so, the part, I think it's Outpost 22, the episode's called. And, Negan's on his knees, and then, they throw his wife in there, Annie, and it's they're about to get martyred and killed. And then Ezekiel steps in, then everybody else steps in. And then I love when Ezekiel comes in and says the line, he's like, our world is broken, but we don't have to be. I love that line so much. And it's one of the truthful things I could say in this video to end it. It's like, our world is broken, but we don't have to be. We truly don't, right? There's so many things I've been through with the hardships. It's hard in me to be a better person. I'm still here. And yet I smile. And, yeah, you just can't give up. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are just giving up too much on everything now. And I truly get it. I get it. but you can't. There's got to be something you got to get excited for every day. Like for me, I get super pumped up. I get excited to sit in the gym every day. I work out when I get home and stuff like that. Like I'm constantly doing that now. That's like my biggest thing. I'm constantly reading, listening to podcasts, like when I'm in the car, driving, you know what I'm saying? Like, or in the gym constantly. I'm constantly trying to learn new things, you know, learn about other histories and stuff, get other people's opinions on certain things that I might have questions about. I'm like, well, I think this. Let me see what this, I'll look it up and, find some YouTube videos on it or anything like that. But let me know what you think, because I know everybody's, confused and frustrated how to bring that back, but it's really strange to me how we've gotten the last, 7 years of our lives. Since 2019, things have gone to shit. Like, I remember being in high school in 2020, and it just ended. Like, March, what was it, 13th or something was our last day of high school. And then they're like, oh, we're going to be closed the whole weekend. We're going to go on lockdown for a week, they're saying. And I think they're saying at that one point. At first, they said, yeah, we're going to close the school down for 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. But, we should be back Wednesday. Then it was, the lockdown hit. They're like, 2 weeks, just 2 weeks for the curve. And then it never ended. And this is going to lead into another video, actually. So we're going to talk about the COVID reflection. So I'm going to end it here. I got to record that video another time. But looks like I got places to be, unfortunately. Thank you guys for watching. I love you if you watch this, honestly. Let me know what you think of the video. Put some comments down there. Peace.